We did our final preparations before we were heading away for some time. We didn't know how long we were going to stay away, but we planned for at least a couple of weeks. This is me, my name is Alex. We were heading down this river. This river is just a couple kilometers from where we live. We thought we were going to see where it ends. This is Astrid. She's my girlfriend. To get down this river, we were using a canoe. Our plan was to follow this river down the current until it flows out in the ocean. So let's scroll into the starting point of this journey. This is the river Leira. The word Leira basically means muddy. We will follow this river until we get into the big lake of Eyang. We will cross this lake and then go down the river of Gloma until we get to the coastal town of Fredrikstad. We didn't know exactly how many days it would take, but we thought it would take about 2 weeks to finish the trip. We just planned to take it easy and not stress at all. Already on the first day we met some challenges. So we got stuck in some rocks in a place where the current was very strong. So the risk we were facing was getting sideways and taking in water and maybe tipping the canoe. Luckily, it went very fine and we managed to solve the situation. I have some experience with paddling canoe down rivers and lakes from before, but this is the first time for Astrid. And I wondered how she was going to deal with it.
Det går bra, bebé. Perfekt.
So as passengers on this journey, we brought our 2 dogs. This is Mika, she's a Kleinspitz. And our other dog here is, her name is Shuko, and she's a German short-haired pointer. When it came to making the food, we sometimes made it on the fire. Here we made some pasta bolognese. And we also used this type of gas stove. So paddling down the muddy waters of Leira was sometimes a bit of a struggle because there were so many trees that had fell down into the river. Sometimes it got really packed together and blocked the river, and we had to figure out ways to get across. Sometimes we just basically just dragged the canoe and just walked on the logs in the river, and that actually worked pretty fine. We are in Lillestrøm. Us three is getting ready. We are going to Lillestrøm to charge up some batteries on the cameras and the phones, and also buy some extra food and grab a couple of beers.
Chicken dumplings for
Oh.
friends is almost like chicken.
Wow. But did you order a lot?
No, I think it's
A little? Little bit?
no, not little bit.
Little pittle? And the dogs, they are very happy here with us
Yeah, and Mika
in the city.
There's a little
The city girls. We were heading into the big lake of Eyang. We stopped by a small marina to resupply with water and filled up our gallons. Paddling on big lakes, it's always about the wind and the waves, and a canoe is very fragile to those things, so when the wind was catching up and the waves got big, we had to go into land and wait for the weather to get better.
Good morning, everybody. We had a great night's sleep here at this beaver island. This island is actually called Shit Island. um, but it's not shitty at all. It's actually very, very nice. Maybe somebody called it Shit Island because they loved the island so much they just wanted it for themselves, so nobody else would come here.
When we needed to resupply, we just walked to the nearest village. Paddling over Eyjan, we spent most of the day paddling, just to stop to grab some lunch on the way. Øyeren is the ninth biggest lake in Norway. We used about 2 full days crossing the whole entire lake from the north to the south. After crossing the whole entire lake, we was pretty excited because we were going down the river Gloma. So the river Gloma flows out of the lake of Øyeren on the south side, as you see here on this map. The current is very strong in this river, and it's a lot of water in Gloma, no doubt. This is the biggest river in Norway, so we were quite excited and a little bit nervous going down. Going down Gloma, we were crossing many power stations on the way. These power stations are used to generate electricity from the water. Setting the canoe in the water just below the power stations could be a little bit frightening because the current could be very strong in these places.
Bare fortsett å padle. Elva skal bare spytte oss ut, baby. Ok, baby. Rolig. Så bra, baby. Some nice people in this very nice cabin. Let us charge up batteries and use their electricity and get some water, and we are really grateful for that. Astrid is down there by the canoe, and the dogs are roaming around. The next stretch of the river is pretty intense, some rapids going down, and we don't take the chance to go down with everybody in the canoe, so we're gonna walk down stream where it's a bit more calm river, and we're gonna let the girls, the dogs and Astrid, and the most of the equipment, put it there, and I will walk back, and I will paddle down the rapids. I think the rapids, I took a look at them yesterday. They look safe, if you ask me. I have paddled the worst rapids than that. But the river here is very big. It's a lot of water, and this canoe here is an old lady, and yeah, it's not as stable as the canoes I paddled before in rapids, but I think it will be all right. So that's the plan for today.
Safe.
We had to move our equipment on foot many times. What was very essential for doing that is the canoe trolley. From all the heavy liftings, the canoe trolley got broken, but luckily it was an easy fix. So a big challenge we faced on this trip was the big rapids called Bronfos. Bronfos just basically means just a very gnarly rapid. the whole entire Gloma is squeezed through this very narrow space, creating these very intense rapids. We didn't dare to paddle through the rapids, so we had to carry the canoe around the rapids and enter the river from the other side at the bottom of these rapids. So entering the pool just below the big rapids was a bit more challenging than we had expected. The current was very strong and going around in types of circles, so it was very hard for us to maintain control of the canoe. And at the sides of the river, it was steep, rocky cliffs, and we realized that it was a real risk that we could be smashed into the rocky cliffs. We both felt a great relief when we were done with that situation.
Ja, nå det ingen stress. After a long day paddling today, the clock is now what? 10? And now it is time to make some food. We are very hungry. And today we are cooking hot dogs, sausages.
We enjoy the nomadic type of living. It's a simple life. Go from place to place, new campsite every day, and not to mention many beautiful sunsets.
In Sarpsborg City.
Good morning! Today we are heading to Fredrikstad. It's the last. This is the last stretch of this trip. This stretch is very industrialized. The river is very strong in the first part here. So what we have to do is carry the canoe down where the river gets a little bit calmer and paddle from there. So even though the nomadic lifestyle is very romantic and beautiful, it's also very tiring. And at this point we was very tired of this lifestyle. We were exhausted and we were looking forward getting home, actually finishing the trip. But the trip ain't finished till it's finished. We had to reach our end destination of Fredrikstad. The last part of the river was just through industrialized area, and after a long day we finally reached our end destination. At this point we felt a sense of relief that we managed to complete it without any big problems or anything like that. I was blown away on how Astrid dealt with all the challenges we met on the way. She was totally super. She kept a great spirit through the whole trip. The trip took us 11 days. We were tired, but we were happy. Thank you very much for watching.